Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crush That Exam. My name is Dr. Erica Liggins, licensed clinical psychologist and EPPP coach. I am so excited to share with you yet another example of an amazing success story with someone who has overcome the exam. So I'm going to turn it over to our special guest to tell us a little bit about who they are.
Hi, so I'm Kayla and I'm from the Bay Area, and I've taken the exam 4 times and worked with Erica and passed it on my 5th time. And I graduated in 2020 with my master's in sports psychology and my PsyD in clinical psychology. And so the way I utilize my degree is I'm a clinical director for an eating disorder treatment facility. And then I train athletes, specifically professional dancers, because I'm a professional choreographer for NFL and NBA teams. And I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. You have such an interesting life history and previous career prior to this. And it's just amazing to see how you kind of mold both of those loves and passions that you have together. So your journey with the EPPP was quite the torrid experience. It was hard, it was challenging. You really rose from the ashes with this whole thing. So take us deep into what was it like for you before you started working with me and you attempted the exam? I think you said 4 times, right?
Times, yeah. Yeah, so I first of all say I tried to do it alone. I have a very athlete mindset, and so for me, I discovered I kind of have this algorithm in my mind of like, okay, if I work really, really hard at something, that means I'll be successful. And that I feel like worked for me a lot of times in my life, but it didn't necessarily work in the way I was preparing myself for the EPPP because I was studying before, during, and after work. I had no time limit or in terms of ending. I mean, there are probably times I study for 10 hours a day sometimes. And for me, because I had the athlete mindset, I'm like, this is working. This is great. And I had no study plan, no strategy, and I was juggling a lot of topics every single day. I know when we met, you were like, girl, why are you doing that? That's not helpful. So I had no idea. And the other thing I was going to say is I just felt very emotional and frazzled. I remember in our first session, the word I used was emotionally turbulent. It was just a roller coaster for me. And yeah, I used Psych Prep 8 tabs, just a bunch of different study materials.
Yeah, let me tell you, Kayla, your experience with this is actually quite the norm. By the
Mm-hmm.
time most people find me, they have been through this a few times. They've gone from program to program. They're mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually exhausted, and they're kind of at their wits' end and don't know what to do. And I know that very first appointment we had, there was a lot of emotions there, right? And it's so interesting because oftentimes people apologize. They're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, don't be sorry. Everybody's crying because this thing is hard. And
Yeah.
what makes it even more difficult is the fact that we're often facing this by ourselves.
Yeah.
And it can just be such a lonely, lonely place. So, can you fill the crowd in on how you learned about my services and what made you decide I'm going to give her a chance?
Yeah. So I think, after 4 times not passing it, I just had to do some deep self-reflection on, I'm missing the mark because I'm missing something. Um, and, like I said, I was studying really hard and it just felt like it wasn't paying off. And so I remember I did research and just said, like, maybe there's someone who can help me. And I typed in like EPPP coach. And I actually found you through, it was like this Facebook website for like just psychologists of color helping other people of color pass the exam. And I saw your website, and I really liked how you had the initial assessment and offered that because I felt like I needed that, especially before we start diving into our like relationship. And yeah, so that's how I found you. And I think I ultimately decided like the way that I'm a coach for other people in pro dance and dance, I really needed someone like that for me in my corner. And I found you, and here we are.
Here we are. Oh my God, we made it. Oh, it's so beautiful to be on this side of it now. Oh my gosh. And I never had any doubt. I would tell you that all the time. I have no doubt that we will get here. So it's just so exciting that it's all come together.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So once you started working with me and actually got into the program, my coaching, for those who are not familiar, I have a very structured approach that I take. There is the one-on-one sessions that I do, but then also I have an audio program that you listen to where I actually give you all my strategies of how to actually pass this thing. And then there's other side services and things I offer as well. So tell me, what are a couple things that you felt were the most helpful about my approach?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, you're very consistent in speaking life into me and just offering me a lot of reassurance. And I think most importantly, like you held the vision with me. So I felt like you were walking alongside me on this journey. And I just appreciated how you would reflect back and model back to me positivity and reframing and just having a very like, you got it, girl. And I'm like, yeah, I do got it. So I think that was helpful. And the second thing was just like a weekly study plan. And, going back to the athlete mindset, understanding that it's okay to tailor the plan based on what I had going on that week. And it doesn't mean we have to stick to that plan. And so, again, reflecting back to me and modeling flexibility and flowing with the study plan. And I also just felt like I can be my true authentic self every session and be honest with how I was truly doing, because some weeks I was not doing okay. And for us to be able to talk about that and flow with that. And you just teach me that it's okay to take breaks and time off from studying and encouraging that, which was drastically different than what I was doing before.
Absolutely. It's like we have to find that delicate balance with the structure where it's got to be firm, but
Yeah.
yet so flexible. Because
Yeah.
life is going to throw all sorts of curveballs, and you were no different. Some different life things that you had no control over happened during the time we were working together, like major things. And we had to give space for that and to kind of slow down, pivot, work with that. Because if you had tried to, you know, be too rigid, I
Yeah.
don't think we'd be sitting here right now.
I agree.
You got to be like a palm tree, strong, but yet can go with the wind, right? So when that storm passes, you're still standing upright, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
So it was really a beautiful process. And I think as a coach, like I love not only seeing people pass the test, but the personal transformation that people go through, the things that they learn about themselves, the skills that they develop, the confidence and belief that grows within them. It is honestly truly magical. And I think that's one of the things I really do, just enjoy the most about this process.
Yes. Yeah. I've definitely grown a lot for sure. I feel way more grounded uh,
Mhm.
after like working with you. Because like I said, I was emotionally turbulent in the beginning and I just, yeah, I really feel like I rose from the ashes. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah. What is something now that you're on the other side of it? What's something that you can see clearly now about this whole process that maybe you couldn't see when you were in the thick of it?
Yeah, I think it was a self-development experience. I was put into like a matrix to learn so much about myself. And honestly, I really learned how strong I am.
Mhm.
And, I didn't know I was capable of like just pushing myself the way I did in a very like flexible yet structured way and developing such a consistent routine and yeah, just learning to have grace with myself and honoring myself and where I was at every day. Sometimes I felt a little tired and like, okay, I'm gonna do the easier topics today then. And like just, I don't know, just constantly flowing with myself is what I learned.
But still moving forward. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So, for other people who might be considering working with me, maybe they're just like where you were a couple of months ago. They're at a place where they're at their wits' end or they're overwhelmed and they're needing some help and they're considering my services. What
Mhm.
would you say to them?
Yeah, I would say do it. I'm sure everyone says that, but do it to feel more grounded and supported and to have someone walk alongside you during this journey and like someone that truly understands, I think is the most important thing and why you should do it.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, I Oh, I think one of the reasons why I believe so strongly that everyone can pass this test is because honestly, I had so many barriers. If I could do it, I really feel like other people can, like I just feel it fervently. Like nobody can tell me that people can't pass this exam. And people can say, whatever, well, I'm a single parent, or English is my first language, or I failed this many times, or I have this going on or that going on. And I'm like, yeah, name all that. And I will find you somebody that I've worked with who was facing that very same thing and overcame it.
Mhm.
So anybody who's considering, give it a shot, because I think you'll feel differently
Yeah.
once we get into it, right? And so now that you are free from the EPPP,
Yeah.
you have truly made it to the other side. We were just talking before we got on camera, we were talking about the fact that like the air feels different over
Hmm.
here. I mean, it's really interesting. The day I found out, or not the day I found out I passed, sorry, a few days later when I think it sunk in, I
Uh-huh.
literally felt a dark cloud move from over my head. I mean, it was like a metaphysical experience in some kind of way. It was
Sure.
something else. So now that you are free, tell us what are some things, both personally and professionally, that you're excited about?
Yeah, I'm so excited about. I start a new job this Friday, and so I was just hoping that I would pass this exam, just going into that new beginning and chapter, just feeling like really confident and grounded walking into my new job. So I'm excited about that. And I'm just excited to travel and teach dance more. I already started like launching some fun things and classes, and just doing private lessons because I felt like I had to just put on pause wanting to like do private lessons every single day with everyone because I really had to focus on this exam. I did some privates, but I had to put some limits on myself. So I'm just excited to open myself up into helping more people in pro dance. I'm just very inspired by this process as well, like experiencing being a student and having you as a coach. I feel like it made me so much more of a better coach in dance. So I really appreciate you for that.
Oh, you are so, so welcome. And I really feel like I'm your number one fan. I'm always like coming up with new business plans for you. I'm like, oh, we're gonna put out a DVD. We're gonna do that. Okay, I guess people don't have DVDs anymore. Something. We're gonna figure something out. But I just feel like the sky is the limit. You have just a natural entrepreneurial spirit. You have so many different talents and gifts and experience. And I just feel like no matter what you do, you're gonna light it on fire
Oh, thank
and
you.
it's gonna be great. So I'm just so excited for you. And I'm glad that we had this opportunity to work together. And I
Yes.
just can't wait to see all the things you do.
Yes, thank you. I'm so excited and yeah, excited for all of the people that are going to be coming to you and hope people are inspired by the story. And I think I wanted to share that one of my mantras that was really important to me in this process is that it's different this time. Like just because I didn't pass for other times, but like it really is different this time. I have different tools. I had a different coach and just saying that to myself really worked because I could live in fear and like have doubt in myself and not believe in myself. But it's different this time, and it turned out to be different. So
It
thank
was, oh, you're gonna make me cry. It really was
you.
different. And so I send you off And I just want you to experience, so much freedom, mm, prosperity, and like loads of fun.
Right.
Just all the fun.
Yes.
So that's my hope and prayer for you.
Thank you. I receive it. Thank you.